everyone and welcome to the Bougie Fujoshi channel. For those who know me, hello again, and for those who don't, I hope you stick around because today spring has sprung and so has the money from my wallet with all these new releases. So today we are talking about my March manga haul, kicking it off with volume 6 of Blue Period by Tsubasa Yamaguchi Sensei. A surprising setback before the second exam shakes up our main man. This time around, the subject turns out to be something both new and familiar, but does the average Joe Schmo like Yatora stand a chance against the geniuses and prodigies vying for the same spot in the nation's most competitive art school? Yes! So at this point in the manga, we are moving past where the anime has covered so far and into a brand new arc known as the University Arc, and I am so excited for this part. The reason I say this is because so far in the story, we have been seeing Yatora work towards the university exams, passing them, and getting admitted to the school overall, right? So from my perspective, I feel like this university arc just has a wealth of possibilities, and I'm just so excited to see where Sensei is going to take this story. Not to mention the side characters also got their own things going on, so if we check in on them too, I ain't gonna be mad. Volume 17 of Paru Itagaki Sensei's Beastars. Legoshi forms an unexpected alliance to obtain some intel about the mixed species psychopath Melon from a secret organization called the Kopi Luwak. Meanwhile, by a twist of fate, Haru ends up crossing paths with Melon, unaware of the danger per usual. Her patience is already growing thin with Legoshi's insistence that their relationship remain chaste at the first base, and all too soon Legoshi runs afoul with the law again. I think there are only about 5 volumes left in the series now, so I don't know where we're going. But I do feel like this goal of obtaining Melon might be what rounds out the series as a whole, if they can ever catch his behind. Nonetheless, there's always twists and turns with this series, so I am always excited to read a new volume. The series debut of New York, New York, volumes 1 and 2 by Marimo Ragawa Sensei. Set in New York in the 1990s, this heartbreaking love story makes its English debut in a beautiful oversized omnibus edition. Police officer Kane Walker has gone through great lengths to prevent everyone in his life from finding out that he's gay. Kane wants more than a one-night stand, but relationships carry risks. Discovery not least among them. Battling with others' expectations and biases and his own, Kane struggles to balance his desire for secrecy with his feelings for Mel at the same time when being out could cost them both dearly. My emotions were all over the place reading this entire thing, y'all. Mel Fredericks deserves the entire world, the solar system, the galaxy, the universe, however big, the intergalactic, whatever. Like, y'all, he deserves more than more. The only other series that I've read that's set in a period similar to this would be Banana Fish, and if you are a Banana Fish survivor, you already know the vibes, baby. I really love Sensei's art style, and the fact that this edition comes in an oversized omnibus is just beautiful to see every page. And the twist, oh my goodness, the twist in here, I was so I was so sad and upset. Regardless, I've already pre-ordered the next omnibus because of course a girl gotta know what happens next. The final omnibus of Blue Giant, containing volumes 9 and 10 by Shinichi Ichizuka Sensei. Dai, Tamada, and Yukinori have taken their jazz trio to the next level as an opening act for a famous group. They face down a tepid crowd and condescending band by unleashing everything they've got in front of one of their biggest audiences yet. But even that victory isn't enough for our piano man Yukinori. He's always had his sights set on the big time, Tokyo's hottest jazz club, So Blue. His first attempt to get the band on that stage ended in humiliation. It was terrible. But fate has an unexpected opportunity in store, not to mention unexpected challenges. I felt my heart physically bleed within my body over this last omnibus. Like, y'all, it was so heartbreaking, and I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say something happens that if it happened to me as someone who also plays the same instrument, I would physically like give up on life. Like, I would just give up. I couldn't do that. However, I will say that our boys were out there doing the doggone thing. I am proud of them. They got up on that stage and they did it. Period. Based on the popular light novel series that also inspired an anime comes the beautifully illustrated, heartwarming mystery manga, The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, Volume 1 by Nanako Tsujimura Sensei, Mika Akatsuki Sensei, and Yutako Yukihiro Sensei. When Seigi rescued a handsome young jewelry appraiser from a group of drunks, he gets more than he bargained for. The appraiser goes by the name of Richard, a brilliant and mysterious British jewelry expert. Seigi initially hires him to appraise a family heirloom, but that is only the beginning. Together, they unlock the secret messages hidden in the hearts of precious stones and those who possess them. Now, it doesn't say it explicitly, but say it with me, class. Subtext, alright? Say it again. Subtext. I discovered the world of Jeweler Richard back in 2020 when it came out as an anime. Reliving the whole meeting of Seigi and Richard was so cute to see in the manga form. My hat goes off to the people that adapt manga and anime from light novels, because when I be reading them sometimes, I'm like, y'all got big brain, okay? So bless the senseis for giving us more material that we even asked for, because I be starving out here without the anime. Volume 2 of A White Rose in Bloom by Atsumiko Nakamura Sensei. Just as Ruby and Steph are starting to become close, Ruby's dad yanks her out of school. Her father wants Ruby to come home and live with him in Italy, but she is not having it. Steph doesn't want her to go either, so the two of them come up with a plan. If Ruby can pass the school's scholarship exam, then her father will have to let her stay. Ruby may not be the best student, but with Steph's help as her tutor, she's willing to try. I love Sensei's art style. I'm just being fed so much, especially with more of the Classmates series being translated into English official print. But this little White Rose in Bloom story, I love to see it. I know I've talked a little bit about it before in my hangups with GL and the majority of the settings being within schools, but this one be having some little cute twists and turns, and I love to see it. Volume 3, sign me up. Ayako Noda Sensei's Double Volume 2. Takada is an undiscovered scatterbrain genius actor who fully embodies every character he plays. But this genius can only be brought forth by his best friend and fellow actor, Yuji. But new fault lines are exposed in the relationship when the two audition for the same role in a film by an esteemed director. As a newbie to the world of stars, Takada's passive ambitions begin to stir, even as his continued dependence on Yuji creates problems on set. Yuji continues to cover for Takada's weaknesses, but how long will he be content to stay in the shadow of his best friend? Now, if you have to go back to the lesson I just taught you, the answer is already there between Takada and Yuji. Oh my goodness, I just keep getting more materials and my ship just getting stronger and stronger. Like, what do you want me to do? The way that Tokyo Pop distributes this series is that the digital version comes out before the physical one does, and y'all, I have to hold myself back. I have to hold my hand back from the send to shopping cart so many times because Amazon makes this so easy with the one-click buy, y'all. But I will restrain myself and wait till the physical of Volume 3, which has already been pre-ordered. Only the Flower Knows Volume 1 by Rito Takarai Sensei. One sunny afternoon on campus of their university, one rainy night at a train station. Time and time again, Arikawa and Misaki's paths continue to cross. Neither one of them knowing the other's name, much less anything else about each other. But that's just how everything began. Little by little, that distance between them seems to be closing. If you're wondering why this art style may seem vaguely familiar, or possibly why the mangaka's name rings a bell, it is because Sensei also created the 10 Count series. But I was excited to read Only the Flower Knows because I did get the art book that Sensei created, and it does feature some art of these characters. The original reason why I got it was because of 10 Count, so when I opened it and it wasn't only 10 Count but literally like all of the characters that they've done, I was like, who are y'all? So when June announced that they were going to publish this in English, I was like, boop, send a shopping cart. I also wasn't reading the title all the way, so I thought that it was just going to be a one-shot. Then I realized that it was volume 1 of many, so here we are. The following titles that I'm about to mention are rated M for mature, which means you must be 18 years or older to buy and or read these series. Sex Ed never truly ends, but this series does. Sex Ed 120% Volume 3 by Kikiki Tataki Sensei and Hotomura Sensei. Naoko Sensei realizes that she still has a lot to learn because neither sex nor education are simple binaries. Even for a teacher and specialist, it's difficult to translate her own advice into real life. As the school culture festival unfolds, Moriya, Kashiwa, and Matsuda plot to give their love-struck instructor some extracurricular help. And in this final lesson, the students become the teachers. Even though this series is only 3 volumes long, there was so much great information in all of them. I could really tell that they took their time to research and incorporate these elements that they did into each one of the volumes, and the comedic light spin that it does have on the conversations involved throughout the series was just a great way to top it off. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm happy that it's here because that just means that it's open to more people to read. Black or White Volume 2 by Sachimo Sensei. Shin has become friendly with the veteran actor that he oh so admires, Tatara, which makes his boyfriend Shige visibly jealous. And when Shin and Shige finally get their chance to work together, the situation only worsens. Being forced to hide their relationship while on set is more than Shige can handle, so he confronts Shin, and he does a little bit more than confront Shin. Unfortunately for the secret lovers, the eavesdropping Tatara overhears it all. You see, I know that Tatara likes Shin. Everybody likes Shin. Everybody loves Shin, right? But who I want to see more from is Shin's little friend, alright? Because they had a little moment with him and Tatara, and I was like, where's this going? And then it didn't go anywhere. Now I'm like, bring it back. So hopefully they'll cross paths again along the way and I wasn't just imagining things. But there's definitely more to come to this series, so I'm excited to see where it goes. Dick Bite Island Volume 2 by Raymond Ike Sensei. Matthew is studying at a prestigious college and his new roommate Haruto is almost too much to take. Haruto hails from the mysterious Pulau Island with cultural practices involving, well, the butt. Matthew is just doing his best to shield his new roommate from teasing before it dissolves into something worse. And Haruto isn't unmoved by Matthew's kindness, but develops these new emotions that actually end up terrifying him. As his clan's chosen warrior, he can't risk growing weak. If I'm being honest, I just got this second volume to know how it ended, because I was just staring at the first one on my shelf like, girl, well, how it ends? And now I know! I did enjoy Sensei's art style because it's very detailed, and I would love to see more of their works in the future. The Song of Yoru and Asa by Harada Sensei. When Asaichi decides to start up a band to pick up the ladies, he soon realizes his band is in trouble. Thankfully, his bassist Yoru is here to help, but Asa isn't interested in his help or his advances. Will the stubborn Asa open up to Yoru, or will their relationship be nothing but screaming and violence? Now, based off of the title and cover, I did assume that this was going to be a one-shot, but there actually is a sequel that's supposed to come out in July of this year. Needless to say, I will be hitting send to shopping cart yet again because I am weak. But I did think it was cool for the dust jacket to come off of the book and show some panels that were written on the front and the back. I have very few manga on my shelf that are like that, so when I opened it, I was happy for the little surprises. The last title in this haul brings the return of our leading lads from DEKOBOKO Sugar Days in this next installment of their story, DEKOBOKO Bittersweet Days by Atsuko Yusen Sensei. Tiny and adorable when they first met and just as still now, Rui looms over his new boyfriend Yujiro, the final high school judo contest, the last summer of their high school lives, and beyond. A slow burn love story between our shorty athletic king and his towering kind-hearted boyfriend as they journey the slightly bitter road to adulthood towards sweeter days. I loved every single part of this volume, the ups and downs, the emotional roller coaster. Oh, we love to see it. And for those who read it, the fact that Rui went ahead and did what he did and didn't fall back, I was so proud of him. Like, period. Sensei's art style is so soft, and the way that they tell stories just makes my heart squeeze. It makes me happy on the rare occasions when one-shots turn into something more, just like this one. And even though similar to the title, it was a bittersweet end, it's better than nothing. I only have one other work by Sensei, but if they did a sequel to that one, or they did another installment of DEKOBOKO, or if they did literally anything else, y'all best believe I will be there with my wallet open, okay? So that is everything that I got and read for the month of March. Even with the end of some great series, we had awesome debuts and beautiful continuations, and y'all already know I love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you heard today, make sure you hit that like, subscribe before you leave. But that's all I have for today, so bye.